about it, would you welcome Pat Burley? I hope you play ice hockey better than I speak. It's been popular in Canada for years, hasn't it? And I've seen it televised on American television. It's great television.
Yes, it most certainly is. You say popular in Canada. It's popular all the world round. Very popular in...
Well, it's taken a long while to catch on in Australia. Why I say that is because I can remember some years ago the late Mike Dyer put it on Channel 9 Melbourne, and we all thought it'd go off like mad. We said, gee, this is going to be a big sport. And for some reason or other, it didn't catch on at that stage.
It was too early. You see, the people in television went across to America. They saw how popular it was there, both crowd-wise and television-wise. Yeah. They came back to Australia, rushed into it, but far too early for us. We didn't have the facilities. We didn't have the rinks. The players weren't good enough at that stage. They weren't dressed properly. It was badly presented. The rinks weren't marked out. Yeah. It was a dreadful performance.
In other words, nothing was right.
Nothing was right.
You formed a national league, though, now, haven't you, for competition?
Yes, we have. Well, ice hockey has developed greatly in recent years. We've got about 3,000 hockey players in Australia now, and many more rinks around Australia, and more developing each year. And so it's becoming very strong, and the National Ice Hockey League is something we've all been trying for a long time. Yeah. This year we've succeeded in getting it underway.
Now, courtesy of the ABC, we have some film of the match between the Sydney City Allstars and the Trailblazers from Canada. So have a look at this in action.
So the face-off in the Blazers' defensive zone. Revelato off the boards. That's Reidner. Kim back to the Australians. Well checked by Reidner. Ginsberg. A slap shot by Kuffner. Well taken by Hoare. Here's Kenny open. Well played. Brown, Kenny.
Oh, good defensive play there by young Willie Wilson.
Lamour. The back of the Australian, attempting to ram it in on the short side. Well frozen. Aitken getting the stick round and freezing the punt against the Australian goal.
Right, now we have some of the Sydney City All-Stars here, so you might like to introduce them to
yes,
our audience. We're going to have a demo here, folks, so watch out for flying pucks, right? That's what they're called, aren't they? The little...
They're pucks, that's right. We have...
Right, who we got there?
We have, first of all, Dan Peterson, Dan Cowboy Peterson.
Dan Cowboy Peterson, right.
That's Dan, Darryl McDonald, Burke Thornton, and Kevin Price. The first three are Canadians,
yeah.
And Kevin is an Australian player. I suppose we'd have to say the star at the present time is Darryl. Darryl leads in most point scoring around the National League, around the country. He's scored more goals than anybody else and more assists. He's a brilliant player. Probably one of the best Canadian players we've had out in Australia for many years.
Why is, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the names, but why has this guy here got all the leather on?
Well, he's the goalie, and that's to protect him against pucks which fly at well over 100 miles an hour at you, and it's quite a difficult thing to stop it. Sometimes you stop it with your body, your head, and all parts, but he's just got to stop that puck.
Right, okay, so let's get on to the demonstration.
Yes.
You might describe what we're seeing here, right?
Yes, well, here we have Dan as a defenseman, and the other two are forwards. Their object, of course, is to play around with the puck, to manoeuvre it, and then finally have a shot on goal. Burke is an excellent goalie. He's played a lot of hockey in Canada, and since he's come to Australia, he's proved himself perhaps the best goalie in the country today.
Gee, you'd have to know what you're doing, wouldn't you? At some point, yes. What's the puck made of? It's just a solid...
solid rubber.
Solid rubber.
Yeah. And it hurts if it hits you in the mouth, I believe me.
A late starter, but nevertheless. Jeffrey Harvey representing the Mike Walsh All-Stars. Wait, you've done much of this, Jeff?
That's easy, man. Yes, it's very similar to the gear I wear for the ferrets, Mr. Walsh.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, guys, let's play a hey.
You're on my team.
Oh, sorry. Perfect.
Now, Jeff is the goalie.
Got it?
Oh, fabulous. What speed would they be going? Any idea?
Well, they go 30 to 40 miles an hour at times, and you can imagine if two players meet it going in opposite directions at that speed. That's why I suppose people look on it as a vigorous and sometimes brutal sport.
Over
Yes, you
there.
have to be in Pega.
Behind you now.
How you going, Jeff?
Sensational, mate. Haven't missed one yet.
Now there's two packs. What's the scoring system? It's basically like...
In the goal is the score, and usually 3 or 4 goals win.
I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for that demonstration. And it's played regularly in all the major cities now, is it?
Certainly in Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney and Newcastle.
Right. Would you thank Pat Burley and all the fellas from the Pacific City Allstars and Mr. Harvey, our owner of the Transit? Okay, we'll take a break and then we meet up with Gwen Plum.